Good morning, guys. Story time. Today is the next day. I was unable to make a lot of vlog from yesterday because of what happened. It was a long story, but I'll be combing my hair because I want to go out now. I'll be combing my hair while I tell you guys what happened that day. So I got to the hospital and I went for test because they have to run test on me before to know if I'm eligible to donate blood. So they took their first sample and they were they run their tests and they run their tests. So they said, yeah, I can donate blood. I said, okay. So they took me in and you know I donated. Just so I was about to leave, they said no, I should wait for a while since it's my first time donating. So I sat down for about 2 to 3 minutes. I think it's up to 5 minutes, thereabouts. So and I said I was ready to go. I am not, there's no point me or waiting. So we left that the inner room coming out. So my brother-in-law asked me to sit down for a while, which I said, there's no problem. I'm fine. I'm okay. There's nothing. He insisted, so I just obliged him. Thank God, oh, my sisters. Thank God I did. So I sat down we sat down. There are other people there sitting down at the other side. So we were sitting here. There are other people too on the same because it was a long bench like that. So, ah, so we sat down. After a minute or two, he asked me, why am I breathing hard? I said, no, I'm not breathing hard. He said, I'm breathing hard. I said, no, I'm not. He said, okay. I told him that, why is he? Because he's a caring person. I tell you, that man, he's a caring person. So, all of a sudden, I started feeling hot. I was like, I told him, because I was sitting down there earlier now. The place is well ventilated and every other thing. He said, I'm feeling hot. I said, yes. He said, okay. That I should not stand up. I should just sit and let him get me water to drink. Mind you, I already took water inside. Once one. In fact, I forced myself to finish that water. So he said, let him get me more water. I said, okay. So guys, my brother-in-law left to get me water. So he asked me not to stand up or do anything. So I sat down. But when he left, I started feeling more weak. And I was sweating profusely, as in I was literally getting wet from my sweat. So I asked the lady, there was a lady sitting close to me. So I asked her to help me open up my zip. Then she did. But I was still, the place was getting dark, blurry. I was like, this is the place I was sitting before I went in. And it was, the place is properly ventilated. There's air, it's spacious. Why am I feeling this way? He came back. He didn't even take time. I'm sure he ran from that place to the shop where he bought that water from because it's not very close. So he came back. My hands everywhere was weak. I was not feeling, I can't hold myself. Where did I drop this cup? So he, I don't even know, was I the one even holding the water or he was the one? But I know I was just drinking it. Even though my tummy was already full, but I was just forcing myself. So the lady, there's a nurse or a lab attendant sitting across the other side. So she asked, what's happening? So they told her that I was feeling weak, sweating and all that. So she asked the people on the same row where I was sitting to stand up so I could lie down. So and I did, but I lied down for a few minutes. Then I sat down again. So they were asking me to, I said no, I'm okay, thinking that it's something I can easily it's something I can do with power. Hey, that was when the real thing started. The lady who collected my blood came out. I think she was stepping out. So she saw me, she was like, no, you can go, you are fine. Then they told her that I was about to faint, what I was. So she now said, that I should come inside. That was when I know the extent of what was happening to me. So I was trying to stand up on my own. My brother-in-law was like, he wants to support me. I was like, no, leave me, I'm fine. Which fine? So when I tried to stand up, I could not even stand upright like this. So he held me, they took me inside. So you know hospital beds, there are this part that are usually high where your head will be. So I was trying to lie down that way. They said no, that I should lie down the opposite. Like my legs should be on that high side of the bed, while my head should be this side. So I lay down that way. Immediately I lay down that way and closed my eye. I could feel my I could feel like as if I'm revived, as if it was, I just started feeling okay, as in much more okay than the way I was feeling while I was lying down on that seat outside. So I think lie down for 10 minutes or more there. Then I was very okay. Then we left. Almost my brother-in-law said that please though, he don't want anything. I was like, ah no, because me I felt, so they asked me some questions, so I answered. Well, I filled it in the form. I think maybe they did not really go through. I think they did not really go through the form that I filled. So when I told them yes, are you? I said yes. So they were like, ah, if they had known, they will not take my blood. That's the reason why I felt did that too. I was like, okay, but me I know, because somebody told me earlier that if I will not be able to donate, I said once they see my blood count, yes, the blood count PCV or what is it called? If it is okay, I'm donating, because my brother-in-law is someone, like if you know him, you know I'm not he's very, there are very few men that are very good to their to his wife family like that. In fact, he's just like our first son, as in he's like our, in our house we see him as our most eldest, and he takes us as his younger ones. So there was no point for not doing anything for him, so that's why I had to just do that sacrifice. And you guys know it's my first time of donating blood, so that was it though. So let me quickly wrap up. See you guys in a bit. This is my hair.